In a world searching for gaming knowledge comes the man, the myth, a legend in his own mind, Critical.
Welcome back, guys and gals. Critical here. Today I'm bringing you another episode of Subsistence on Season 5. Alright, so I went ahead and filleted all my fish. I used the mashed potatoes that the hunters had made and made a fish pie. Not the greatest meal, but it's not bad. And that's what it takes. It takes one mashed potato, 3 of the salmon fillets, 1 onion, and 1 carrot. So it's not as good or filling as the chicken or the moose, but it's not bad. And what does mashed potatoes take? It takes the pan I don't have, which is the pot. Probably gonna hold off on that. What's my power looking at right now? If I wanted to make, I want to make something to take with me. Let's, because I want to make a run over to the new base area. What am I going to throw into the recycler? It's not bad. Almost gets me there. Let's split half. 54, that's too many. Split half again. 27. Split half, split half, split half. Put those in. Alright, so I used about 100 nails doing that. It's not great, but I didn't want to wait. Oh yeah, let me turn my Jenny on. I just used up all my power. And my base is not efficient yet. I will get a base which will be completely efficient. It's just not there yet. So before my power turns off and my refrigerator turns off, which it's not going to, voila, we are good. I will take the refrigerator over with me. We're not placing that here. That's for the new base. There you go. All right, so I'm going to take over the planks that I have, which isn't a lot. I ended up using planks to make to do some crafting, unfortunately. Don't need to bring that over. I'm going to take over all the nails, leaving 600 nails here. You know what? Let's swap that. Let's take 600 nails over there. We'll leave the rest here. And 68 cordage. Refrigerator. I've got some food. You know, let's be on the smart side and swap that out and put a newer piece of food up. I'll leave the eggs. I was going to take some eggs with me, but my chicken's already been fed. Haven't checked the planters in a while for water and fertilizer. They'll be good. Eventually, this space will get cut off, and it'll just be a static base. What I like to look at it. And I might have hit the roll. I was like, I did not pull that weapon out, but that's okay. I needed to do it anyways. I was thinking it. I was just wiping my nose, and I had an itch, and I hadn't actually touched it. So I was like, how did that get pulled? No, it'll become what I call a static base. That's a base I've moved out of. I leave all the power generation in place and all the equipment in place. I don't break it down. I've already crafted it. I just leave it there. I use that base in the beginning of my new base to get it started and set up. And then eventually I'll have the new base take over as the primary. This is the base the hunters are going to attack. I will then concentrate on making, since this base isn't ready to make BCU crackers, I will endeavor to get the second base set up to do so. And I will use that base to crack BCUs of all the hunter bases, and that'll allow the hunters to relocate closer to my new base so that they don't have to cross the entire map. Now, I have used that little trick in the past to make it harder for hunters to attack me by not cracking their bases after moving, and thereby the hunters run into all sorts of lovely-dovely things that keep them entertained and usually kill them on the way to the base. There are a lot of times I don't get attacked for a while because hunters are getting killed by bears. You know, it's not unusual in the middle of the night to hear hunters trying to get over to my base, fighting with animals. And if they do make it, it's usually like one hunter, and he's badly damaged. Like, surprise, he crawls to my door, fires a shot, I step out, blast him with a shotgun. I'm like, amateur. The raid was fun yesterday. I wasn't wowed by the loot that I received from doing the raid. The raid itself went exceedingly well. I was able to replace the supplies I used up first aid and the bandage. I mean, I had enough fish oil. It's not even funny. I do want to do another fishing event like that, but fishing won't be as much an issue once I'm at this new base because I'm literally building right on the water. I plan on spending every night just fishing. It won't be I have to plan on a fishing trip. I literally just step out onto the back porch onto my convenient deck and fish. I missed that fiber. Darn it, I saw it, but I didn't want to slow down to grab it. I could have, but yeah, something's on my butt and I did not want to get bitten. So anybody that thinks that you can't fish in the little ponds and get good hauls, I think I've proven that that's not the case. I'm not going to say every fish is a salmon or a bass, but not every fish is a salmon or a bass when you're in the big lakes either. Now, the thing about fishing in the ponds, you really need to know where the deep water is, and that pond actually has a decent depth to it, but it's literally right in the center. So you have to get good at casting your rod into and the bobber right to that point. If you can, then it doesn't matter that you're in a pond. The water is deep enough you can get the bigger fish a lot of the times. But if you're just too far past or off to the right or left, it's a lot harder. And it has to be far enough away from you too. If the bobber's too close to you, you can't get anything but small fish, unfortunately. All right, we are here in the other side of the new side of the map. Never built over here. This will be my first experience living on this side. Basically, it's the same thing. It's just the biggest difference, there's birch trees over here, and all of the bushes rustle when you go through them, which is actually a pretty cool effect. So when you pass through the world, you actually do create ripples. Ooh, bandages on the way is nice. Gets me back up to 10. Very, very nice. I thought about building in this shallow area and having a base in that cove. It's not a bad idea, but I really wanted to do a cliffside base again. It's been a long time since I built on a cliffside, or I should say it's been a long time since I completed a base that I started building on a cliffside. Come around. Oh, I already did put a staircase. Cool, because I thought about doing that, which I already have. Awesome. And I already have some supplies here, which I'm just going to add this to it. That's pretty nice. Everything else I take back with me, except for the nails. Add that there. 2 foundations. We'll get some building done over here real quick. While I'm sitting here, I might as well. Click that in. 3 foundations wide. I know one of these foundations is going to go into the rock. That's fine. That was calculated. But that gives me a nice solid base to work from. 1, 2, 3. Let's push this out. I am going to sacrifice some wood to create what I consider like a floating. I'll put some half floors on here. It'll be like I have pontoons that keep the structure floating. I've done a build like that in the past, and I really enjoyed it. So we'll do it again this time, so it doesn't look like it's just like floating in, you know, on the water. I mean, there are different ways. Somebody was able to get their power storage units to lay flat, horizontal like that, and make them looks like a pontoon. If I can figure out how to do that, that would be really cool. All right. So from here, I'm going to be building up. I need to build. Let me see how this is going to work. Let me get 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 3 for now. A doorway and a door. For right now, that's what I'll work with. I don't know, make this a curve? Do this. Give it a nice dockside look to it, a nice little curve at the bottom, which will probably match curves that I add to the top. There we go. That's not bad. All right. Okay, I actually can deal with that. That works. I was wondering. Ooh. Now, I've put I'll have to come by and check it out in winter to make sure that the ice doesn't cover this over. I've already checked it. It shouldn't cover over the area that I'm in right now. No, I don't want it that way. Let's switch this around. I don't know why it did it that way to begin with. Did it again. All right, we're gonna go inside to place this time then. So much better. Doorway. How about 2 curved walls? I won't place the straight walls if I don't need them. At this point, there is a use for them. Ooh. Do I want to put... No, I know what I want to do. Hold on a second. Cancel that one. I'll end up using it later anyways. But I think I would rather have 2 windows right here. This gives me something to fight with over here in case the hunters are swimming over. They shouldn't, the way I'm going to build this, they shouldn't want to come down here and attack, but just in case they do, I want to be able to utilize this. Yeah, that's nice. And it gives me a way to look out onto the water. And I'm probably going to end up using... I need to make them, but I won't place them, of course, till I get over here. Ladder hatches to get up until I decide if I'm going to use an elevator. I still haven't decided what I want to do about the elevator. That literally goes right into the rock it doesn't need. And that just needs a half wall. So we'll make one of these to fit on that end. And I've already used up all that wood. Oh my god. That sucks. Yeah, that one kisses right up to the side right there. So I'm going to leave that one. This one just has that one little bit that's going to bother me. So we're going to go ahead and... I know I don't need to do this. It's just makes me feel better. Yeah, that's better. All right, so this is the start. This is only part of what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to keep this... Probably won't keep this a full foundation. Now that we have foundation staircase that is narrow like that, I'll probably replace these with the wood ceiling halves. The only problem is they'll be at a different direction, so I might turn all these to match that direction. Unfortunately, corner pieces don't matter. It doesn't matter how you place a corner piece. It's not going to match up everything, unfortunately. But the rest of these, I could switch them around real quick, just so that everything lines up as much as possible. That one corner is not going to line up. There's nothing I can do about it. Well, there is something I can do about it. Just I wouldn't have a corner piece there. Sweet. And oh, I didn't turn it. I thought I had. It looked like it was the right direction. Now it is. There we go. And then you need to get placed. Oh, you don't want to clip in there unless I have a floor of some sort. Oh, no, there we go. It's a little off to the side. I can still make that work. I'm not going to start the whole building over again. I don't need to move over. I'm not going to be that precise. All right, so 3 high. These might not always be here. This is kind of temporary to set the height. There's going to be a space between this one and that one, and then there's going to be the next pod. Let me do... I don't have what I need, so I'm going to hold off. Let's put these supplies away. Oh, is this a moose area too? That sounds like moose steps. There's a moose above me, or there's a moose off to the side. But there is definitely a moose in the area. I'm thinking he's off to the side up here. Come on, clip in. You want to go to your... You want to go to your home. That hole is your home. Don't you want to be in your home? Don't you want to be in your home? Come on. Sometimes I can't back up. There we go. Awesome. Do I have... Oh, I do. One more. So I can actually create a cover over the... And turn this the right way. Okay, well, I've got a decent start. I would need another 2 ceiling pieces. Don't think I have the resources for it. Oh, I do. All right, let's go ahead and eat real quick. I always forget to eat when I'm building, so yeah, I usually get myself killed that way. I actually have died of malnutrition while I was building. I completely just overlooked the fact that I was like, yeah, I noticed I was starved. I was like, whatever, I'll take care of it later. And yeah, over dead. There was other things involved in it. It wasn't just a malnutrition, but the malnutrition was the worst part of it. I think I got attacked by a wolf. Come on. Click it. Okay. So I just need the part that gives me up here now. And that's the first floor. So that's the bottom pod, which will have, this is probably going to house, ooh, maybe the center. I will put all the power storage and stuff, maybe? I haven't decided yet. There's an idea, though, I hadn't thought about. Or I could build underneath and make this go under the water and put all my power storage and stuff in there. But it'll get frozen in the winter, so that probably won't work too good. All right, so I'll skip one. Right there will be a pod. And then I'm going to try to stretch around that corner if I can, and maybe around over here. And have a pod there and a pod over there. And then it'll go one more, and then up top will be probably a full circle that is a fighting area. That's the idea right now. And I've got to figure out how to make this curve around this way. This away, not that away, but this away. This one won't be as hard, but I think the other side will be difficult. All right, so there was a moose in the area. Let's see if I can find said moose. Let's put my bow back on real quick. It sounded like he was kind of close, so I'm going to take a wide angle and come around and see if he was up top. I see a bear. What's that over there? That's a deer. It wasn't deer steps, though. That was moose steps. And there's a wolf. Level 1 wolf, right? Yeah, level 1 wolf. We'll scout the area real quick, and then we're going to start heading home. It's about midday. We're going to be fine on food and water and all that. But I'm definitely going to grab as much fiber as I can. I don't want to grind. This season, I don't want to do any grinding off camera. I haven't had to do it yet, and I don't want to start. But I need a lot of wood. And trust me, you guys don't want to sit here and watch me gather wood all day. Because watching me get wood, not a pretty sight. I could use the radios, and go full tilt on farming rogue hunters for my wood sources. I just don't know if the expenditure of arrows and bullets would pay off with enough wood, where if I use the same time just going after wood, you know, chopping trees, that it would work. Or, you know, be worth it. There are times when I wish there was some faster way of getting wood. I think if Cold Games wanted an idea for a chainsaw, somebody was talking about it in the forums just the other day, and other people answered in the way that I had always thought about it. If he were to say, okay, in the lathe you can create a chain and a motor, and then you have to have biofuel, and you can have a chainsaw. But if you use the chainsaw, it would attract hunters in the area. Now, I'm not talking like instantaneously you get attacked, but if you're using your chainsaw for every time that you use it, and I don't want to compare another game. There's another game that I will not mention that has a similar sort of aspect to it, that if you use loud tools, that over time, over time, you cause enough of a disturbance within an area that you can then be visited by enemies. And being as blatantly obtuse as I possibly can. But you all know the game. We've all played it, and we all still play it. But something along those lines wouldn't be a bad way to look at it. I would say instead of trying to rip off that idea, go with more of, if there's a hunter camp, like a road camp within range, you know, within a certain radius, and because if you don't always know where the hunter camps are, you might inadvertently take your chainsaw and be right, you know, near a rogue hunter camp, and they'll come investigate. They'll send one hunter over. I'm not talking the entire camp, but just one hunter would saunter over and see what that noise is caused by. And then if you start engaging with that hunter, the rest of the camp will then join in and or just do a revenge attack later on. That'd be kind of an interesting dynamic. So if you have something which is loud and noisy, not regular hunters, but rogue hunters will come and investigate. I mean, I guess you could do regular hunters as well, but I think it would give the rogues a reason to exist other than responding to BCU cracking, though they would respond to somebody using a chainsaw, making a lot of noise. Oops, hello. Hell, I'd like to see rogue hunters respond to our hunter attacks. So any kind of an attack, if they're close enough to your base and a rogue hunter, base building hunters come and do a periodic or a revenge attack, that the rogue hunters would investigate it. And what I mean by investigate, send one hunter to, hey, you go check that out and see what that's all about. It'd be interesting. It'd give the whole, like I said, give the rogue hunters a reason to be. Ooh, yes, more fiber, please. Ah, hello. Gifts almost on my doorstep. Almost. 8 planks on the way home. Not bad. I don't know if I carried any with me, but if I did, I'm just stupid. Should have left them behind. All right, let's check the fire. It's almost out. Nothing with fat to render. I'm hungry enough to eat that. Cool. All right, 115 and 108. Nice. I will drop my loots here. I did bring some of that back, unfortunately. And the Jenny just ran out, or... yeah, it ran out. So I have a refrigerator. I think the next thing I want to make is an oven for that. So I'll keep Jenny power and mass for that. Mass is almost ready. How much do I get? I get 100 for 109 mil. And that takes 50. So split in half. That's actually a decent way of, a good way of using that extra 9 mil ammo that I'm not actually, actively using. Ooh. I can actually craft a good amount of rifle ammo. Let's see if I can make more rifle ammo. I can make one of each, huh? If I don't do that and I make 2 of these? Okay, that works. A full load plus a little bit more. Oh, I didn't repair you either, did I? Let me grab the necessary resources to repair that. Oh, okay. Well, it's good that I brought some of this wood back with me. There we go. Down to 66 glue. I think I'm doing pretty good on glue. Not doing good on wood, though. Radios. Next episode, go after rogue hunters, maybe? Try farming them again for some more wood. I mean, it did do me pretty good the other day. I mean, I could spend my nights just hitting trees, too. Instead of fishing, I did a really good fishing trip already. So if I come over here and start on the big tree and just go around and hit all the trees in the middle of the night, just do nothing but chop trees for 7 or 8 minutes. At least then I'm not making you guys watch me, chop all of them. It's gonna be a long, boring night, and it's raining too, so I gotta watch out. I don't want to get cold because I don't want to lose my food buffs. But I think I'll go ahead and call this one here. The sun is starting to set, so we're really close to the end of the episode anyways. I've been Critical. This has been Subsistence on Season 5. I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. If you have, drop a like, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.